had.
Okay, we're back.
Like, the dialogue needs to be had between white and black. It really needs to be had in every single sector.
And I'm glad you guys have thick skin as well.
Like
now that it's not
You have to have thick skin, man.
You have to have thick, because
you have to.
This is what's happened. It's not as if we can negate it. And the thing is, it's psychological. Like there's black fear. There's even white guilt as well, and there's black fear.
Oh, white guilt.
Like, and the thing is, the media perpetuates these things.
They love it, man.
Yeah, trust
They
me.
love it. Any chance they get.
It's all about the money for them.
Like the BBC. I'm sorry to mention the BBC again. I can't believe
they shall not be named, bro. So
the devil that shall not be named.
Yeah.
Imagine. What happened to the? Do you know about the news about the guy in Reading?
Yeah. The guy
that did the stabbing. Yeah.
3 stabbings.
Yeah, 3 stabbings. He's got mental issues.
Libyan rationalist or something.
Yeah. He's got.
He was like on the MI5's watch list.
Yeah. Okay, now he's got mental issues. But the BBC is mentioning terrorism. He's not related to any terrorist organization.
They're fucking stirrers,
but they're mentioning the woman is saying terrorism, terrorist, asylum seeker.
There we go.
Buzzwords.
Do you think it's part of culturalism and our natural biases to tend to go towards things we like and are more familiar with, that we wish to do these certain things, or that they wish to progress more on that subject to push it a bit to start that sort of shit?
Because part of what's happening is like they're activating our kind of like xenophobic brain
Real
side.
talk. It really is.
That's the out group.
Yeah.
As well as the whole thing with Corona as well, come some conspiracies about that. How it's like just a drill, an operational drill to see how we're going to like an experiment to see how we would react if there was a world order put in place. But I don't want to go too much off subject, so yeah.
Like it's just like the society like that. Like you just put your hands up in the sky, like, and you just like you're looking at this, and someone is saying that, and they're getting paid to say that, and that's their job.
And they know
what they're doing, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and there were also low key in the closet racist, black racist people and white racist white people and so that also know what they're doing. They know 100% that their beliefs aren't 100% pure. They know they can't 100% believe in it, but because it makes them comfortable and they like familiarity, they then push that fucking paradigm onto other people and that.
But
it's all a maze, you know.
It's that's the
it's only fucking humans, bro.
It's psychological now. Like it's not even like, back in when the slavery, when you see a black person, you're like, hey. But now it's just like they exist, they're there, but you just hate them.
You've been programmed to, isn't it? Like even like say in the 60s, not even the 60s, like the 40s, the 20s. Like there was a lot of shit happening that kind of defined the black, not the black psyche, but the people's perception of black people.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's programmed from everything. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if black people want to do this, they want to be serious. I feel like the only outlook I can give, I would say, would work. Is
so
just
the only solution to racism. Obviously, we're not just talking about like person-to-person racism.
Yeah.
Like me calling someone something, and then someone calling someone something.
That is not even racism
that's
anymore.
Discrimination. That
is not even racism.
That was the old definition of racism. So the new definition is like, what's the new definition of racism?
Like, it's like using power, systemic power.
If I call someone the N-word, that's not racism anymore.
It's not. It's just just being insultive. Like, that's the thing.
Let's just say that's racism 1.
No. You can't say that. That's the thing. We are allowing. We're allowing people who are not feeling racism to define the definition for us.
So that's still racism.
Wait,
it's all racism. That's the thing. It's all racism.
You're coming up with some mad comments, It's
all racism. Even the systemic racism is still racism.
Systemic racism is racism, but systemic racism has got power. There's power behind it. a police officer
but there's
killing
power,
you.
but
Where's
there's
the
power
power
within
as
the
well, bro?
individual as well. Because if I'm a white person and a black person comes up to me and goes, "Oh, you're all right, mate," wants to mash and blah blah blah, and I'm suicidal, and I'm thinking, you know what, fuck it, because I'm the oppressor, I'm the white person, I'm the killer, I'm the racist, I'm the danger to society. He's being racist to me. Oh wait, no, he can't be racist. You know what? Fuck this. Boom, kill myself.
No, I'm not thinking
But
that.
they don't have power.
I'm just saying, like, look, a single white person, yeah. I don't know, a single white person doesn't have any power or whatever. It's just, a single white, like,
a single person.
a single person doesn't have a power. Yeah, a single person doesn't have a power to oppress one person.
Yes,
Okay,
they fucking do. Are
Okay,
you mad?
maybe like physically or something. But I'm just saying, like,
this is what I'm saying. Like, you guys have to define what you mean.
I don't
Say-
have to define what I mean.
Someone's like systemic racism. What?
Okay, I'm saying, what I mean systemic.
Oppress? What? Is that fucking retarded?
Okay, what I-
Whatever, yeah.
One person can't oppress another. What?
When I mean systemic racism, I'm like, if you put in a system into power, like I'm using the police and the laws, and the economy to oppress a certain minority, or oppress a certain amount of people.
Yeah, as well as the
Right.
minority of the lower class, which is also of the race of that system.
Yes. What?
But we're not talking about them because them are also apparently part of it and part of the problem. So we need to stay away from them.
I mean, they are also a part of the problem because they're not.
Wait, sorry, you guys lost
But
me.
that wasn't the
Who's part of
question.
the problem?
That wasn't the question though, remember? It was about you saying that one person can't have an effect on another person like that, but they
Right,
can.
so we're trying to define the two racism problems, innit?
Yeah. There is
They're both racism.
Let's
It's
get
both
okay.
racism. That's just another.
Saying the N word to someone that's black is just being insulting.
So
to
it's
me,
not,
that's why.
okay, so it's not racist then.
To me, it's just
So
it's being insulting.
if Billy called
To
you
me,
a
that's
nigga right now-
racist.
It's just I don't care.
Why not? That's
you can say
racist,
it.
It's, okay, so this is the problem now.
To some people, it
It's
bothers them.
semantics now. It's
It's-
now it's
it's-
just, to some people it bothers them.
To some people, it bothers them. To me, it doesn't. Like it's semantics, like you said, it's semantics. Like,
So
it's
if it
just
don't-
That's the problem. The problem is
Right,
semantics.
kid.
Like,
but to me, it's just words. But what is racist?
But wait,
is,
wait. The words turn into the actions, and them actions turn into the systematic racism you're going on about. So instead of going to the root of it and stopping them roots and the words forming into that pattern, you're going straight, oh no, that flower, the top branch of the whole fully grown thing is fucked.
okay, tell me if you agree. So the same racist ideas that a person has towards another outgroup,
Yeah.
those same attitudes, so like they go into like organizations as well. So
Okay.
let's say that same person is, say, a leader of an organization.
Yeah.
His attitudes are going to affect the people that he hires.
Yes.
Right, so that's still racism. It's
Yeah.
not like it changes like, oh yeah,
Well,
now
that's
it's
good.
this. Now it's just,
Now
now it's
he
just,
has-
it's just
now-
racism in a system.
Yeah.
That's
Now
it.
that person has power to enact that.
Yeah, so it's still racism.
Then it's racism. To me,
So is it not?
me-
So you know, like going back to South Africa because of that system, is that not systematic racism now in
yes,
South Africa?
it is.
also?
It still is. Like to me, it's just.
I mean,
I'm not fussed if someone calls me the N word. Like it doesn't bother me. To some people, it does bother them, and I understand why it should bother them, and it should bother them. But to me, it's the thing is, I'm thinking to myself, I'm more fussed about the fact that there's oppression of blackness in the world.
Do you believe every white person's unconsciously racist then?
I'm just saying like
Yes or no?
unconsciously, like every white person can be unconsciously racist. I'm just every white person
But,
can
But
be.
do you
Listen.
believe every white person is unconsciously racist? Yes or no?
Like
just say yes or no.
yes,
Okay. So
I
what was
also
the point you
also
said?
believe that.
What was also the point you said before?
that what?
You made a point before that.
About he was just separating about racism. Like if someone called him a nigger, he wouldn't really.
So you wouldn't call that. So if someone called you that, you wouldn't think that's racist because you already have preconceptions of their ideology and you already understand in brackets and know that they are racist. Isn't that a racist assumption within itself?
It's not a racist
Based on
assumption
their
within
skin
itself,
colour.
because I'm saying like yes, all white people, because racism. The definition of racism is not just
Oh
words.
shit! Yeah, so that means all white people are not racist.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, that means all white people are not racist. Shit, sorry, Henry. I mean, general. That means not all white people are racist then, innit? Because you're saying racism is only when you have power. So does that mean every white person has got power?
Like,
So Billy doesn't have the power to oppress you right now, does it?
I mean, if Billy calls the police,
So if he calls you a nigga, that's not racist. It's not being racist.
to me. Like, to me, I'm not fussed.
I'm sorry.
What I'm fussed about is the fact that.
But in society's eyes, would it be seen as that?
Obviously not. In society, it would be
So
seen differently.
isn't that systemic racism within itself towards white people because they systematically can't be racist because systematically they already are racist?
Well,
You understand what I'm saying?
No, I'm just. You don't know what I'm saying. You don't because I'm saying like.
You understand what I'm saying?
Racism is.
No.
Fuck's sake.
Racism is the definition of racism. Is having you must have power in it to be racist. Like I can.
Can we Google that?
Huh?
Can we Google the definition of racism?
I already know what it's gonna say.
You must
not-
have power in it to do it. Like a white person calling me the N-word, or me calling the white person the a hunky
So if
or
I'm a
whatever.
white kid, yeah, and I go to a predominantly black school and I'm getting bullied, constantly getting called like snowflake, cracker, whiteness, they don't have power over me.
They do not have power over you. They're just calling you words.
I'm not gonna kill myself over it
I
because
mean, look, if you have someone who have
Okay,
Yeah.
so Google defines racism as prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized group. The belief that different races possess distinct characteristics, abilities, or qualities, especially so as to distinguish them as inferior or superior to one another.
is that it? Well,
I didn't hear nothing about power though.
I'm trying to see if the...
for me, I think it's not just words. I mean,
That's fine. It's fine if you think it's not just words, but that still doesn't change the fact like racism is still discriminating.
Yeah.
Even when it's in a system, it's still racism.
like, yes, it's like,
Exactly.
I
So like
believe.
this conversation is boring now because now we're just saying racism. Yes, racism exists, but I don't believe in this conception of racism. But it's still racist. But you know what? This is racist, but it's not racist to me because it doesn't affect me.
That's the problem with leftist ideology.
So like we're going in circles and.
Okay, well, if you're going in circles, but what I'm saying is there's still power needs to be in there. And to answer, yes, black people cannot be racist.
What does that mean? So black people have no power. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Black people. So you can say black people have no power.
yes,
No power.
yes.
That's bullshit.
That's not bullshit.
Honestly, I feel so.
That is not
Maybe we
bullshit.
should define power as well. What is power?
Well, power is the ability to colonize a continent and then separate
That's a bit
it.
large,
That's
isn't
what
it?
power
is.
That
is
sounds
power.
like you're jogging or skipping before you start crawling within the game of power.
No.
I have
power.
the power.
Power is the ability to create a narrative about a whole race of people and then systematically put them in chains.
So doesn't the beginning?
You're just describing what British people did.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to be doing the same
So you're saying
thing.
that's
It doesn't mean I'm going to be doing the same thing. Exactly.
Okay,
that's what I'm
so
saying.
if that wasn't that, yeah,
That's
you
one
know,
thing.
if
That's what people get wrong. Like when they think that
That's
black,
what-
that's what some people get wrong on the internet,
Right.
and they say like black people can be racist and stuff. Like black people are gonna do exactly what white people do to them if black people become.
No, I don't think.
powerful
No,
and
it's
all
not
that.
about that. It's not about white people being scared. If black people come in power and they're going to take
Okay.
over, it's the only racists are going to think that.
All right, yeah, racists think that.
yeah, but you think all white people are racist?
Or
I
some,
say yes on white people. Because the reason why I say
it's
yes on
hard
white
to like
people
talk
because
to you though when you say stuff like that. Do you understand that?
no, I do not understand that. Because I say yes all white people.
I really rate.
It's the same way I think
but what does
yes all black people self-hate.
I really rate the guy. I can't
Wait,
remember
what?
his name.
All black people what?
Yes, all black people self-hate. It does
No, they
not
don't.
mean
I
exactly. Like let me
Okay,
finish.
yes,
let
sorry,
me finish.
sorry. Go on.
Let me finish.
Please.
It does not mean
You have to-
all of them. It's I'm saying
Okay,
majority of them do.
So now you're changing it from
I still
all of them to
disagree on
majority.
I'm just saying like you don't really say majority, yeah. Well, I'm just saying yes all white people as in yes all white people can use the system of systematic racism to oppress.
So do you love white
Anyone.
people?
You should have said this in the beginning. You know?
Pardon?
So do you love white people?
I do not love white people.
Amazing.
Do you love Asian people?
No, I do not love
Amazing.
Asian.
Amazing.
Do you like mixed people?
No, I do not like mixed people.
So do you only love like black people?
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing.
I love blackness. Because do you know why I love blackness?
Why?
Because blackness is the only thing that's been taught to hate itself.
Not
So-
really. Even the brown people
That's
talk
such a
shit
big
themselves.
statement.
Even the Asian people, even
Everyone
the
within
Japanese,
this
they want
fucking
to
have-
capitalistic
Everyone has,
Babylonian
bruv. That's
system
the
is
thing.
being taught and bred to hate themselves from educational system
No, so-
to
so
buying
what-
fake tits.
We're talking about
looking
white
like this.
supremacy. Then. That's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you were talking about that.
It sounds a lot like white supremacy to me, but clouded in like lots of fancy words and shit. It just sounds
Like
like
what?
racism, but in a politically correct manner.
But that's the thing though, black people cannot be racist. You see, I can have prejudices thoughts about someone, but I cannot be racist.
You can be racist,
I
but you
cannot
can't be
use
racist.
I cannot use the system against you. That's
so,
what I'm saying
so if I
about
stab
racism.
you, or if I fucking Jesus,
no,
man.
you don't
So-
understand what I'm saying.
So if I
like,
call you a word, that
Yeah.
you don't like, and you call the feds and get me arrested, is that not power?
that
Is it
doesn't
not power though?
No, first of all, the feds will not arrest you if you.
So they're gonna arrest me.
They're not
So
gonna-
if I'm calling you racial slurs as a white person, and you being a black person, you call the feds. They ain't gonna arrest. They're
not gonna arrest
me.
They're not gonna arrest anyone.
Where the
They'll-
fuck are you living? Do you get out the house?
Yes, I get out of the house. They're not gonna
Wait,
arrest
this
you.
is
they can't arrest you
mad.
for calling someone.
They're not gonna arrest
Yes,
you.
they would.
Isn't
They're not
So you're
going
telling me
to
they're not gonna
you.
arrest me if I keep saying like racial slurs to him?
No.
No fine, no nothing. I just
Shit,
like a
they'll
little
probably
slap
fine
on the
you
wrist.
if you're like fucking
Then-
All right then.
aggressive.
So if I stab you and you call the police, you've got no power over me. Am I gonna get arrested, or they're still not gonna arrest me?
Oh, they'll
That's
definitely
nah,
arrest you.
that's violence.
They'll
That
definitely
is
arrest you.
different. That is different from words. You see what I'm trying to say?
You know why this conversation sucks?
It's mad.
How is it?
Because there's two different definitions of racism. And we're deciding
that's
what
one
power
thing, yeah.
means as well.
There's two different definitions.
I really
of racism.
rate this one black guy though, who's gone around for years now to KKK members and just had fucking patience with them, befriended
Various
them, took their
flipping-
times with them, and at least like 100 maybe. He's just loads of KKK members have hung up their fucking robes and been
Yeah.
like, yeah, I was wrong, blah blah blah. I fucking rate that guy with all my heart.
That's
what
good.
I'm
I
saying.
rate
we need
people like
more
that. That's
people
no,
like
but that's
that,
not good to you. That's
That is
what
not
pe-
good to
That's the
me.
assumption people are gonna make because
Wait, why
you
is
already
that
think
not
we
good
should.
to you?
That is not good to me.
Let me
Why
finish.
not?
It's counterproductive.
How's that counterproductive?
Bruh.
Because you're removing them from that system.
But you as a black person, you're not working. You're not helping anyone.
That does sound like a
He's
power in
helping a lot
itself.
of people, bro. Imagine how many
okay.
KKK rallies they would have gone on and shit.
okay.
Imagine how many people they would have abused.
Congratulations, but there's still millions of people, black people
Of
dying.
course, shit. I can't, listen,
But-
I'm a doctor here. I'm a doctor. I treat a patient here. There's still a million people dying of AIDS and shit. What can I do about that?
I get
At
you.
least he's doing something. That's the
But-
point.
but-
Yeah, what you're saying is more
Bruh.
division. You're saying the same tactics as these KKK men. When there's one man out here actually making them think out the box a little bit more. But
this is-
remember, because there's no progression, is there? Because it's all systemic, so there's no point of doing anything in it. You just might as well go. That's what you're saying.
You see,
Do something.
That
Do-
is
hey,
not-
look, I'm saying do something.
Do what?
But as a black person, you're only one singular black person. You're doing this movement.
But if you think you're too small to make
Yeah,
a difference,
congratulations.
that's what-
Congratulations,
Yeah,
you're making-
exactly.
you're
Congratulations, you're making a difference.
You're
You
making a
think Malcolm
difference
X-
to one or two white person.
Think Malcolm X will make a difference, or any of the other men.
Moreover, listen, we're talking about a system that corrupts and perpetuates itself constantly.
But-
It's not doesn't.
Okay, but wouldn't you say that's like a step in the right direction, though?
That is a step in the right direction.
Okay, that's all you have to say.
Yeah,
then.
okay,
That's all you have to say. You can't be saying like, "Oh yeah," and then undermine his action.
Yeah,
like,
the
"Oh,
way you word it all,
congratulations,"
it's
you know
just
what I
like
mean?
it's like
That's why.
clickbait.
All right, sorry.
That's why.
Alright.
That's the thing.
It's a very good step to the right thing, and I congratulate him. He's doing a good effort, but we cannot. All of us now go to KKK members and beg them for our lives.
Of course not. We can't.
That's the thing.
That's not what
his
he's
part.
doing.
That's
That-
his
that-
part.
that's
It's
his-
not my
but
part.
the thing is,
It's not your
that's
part.
one thing I do not understand about whiteness is the need to beg to be seen as humans from blackness.
What?
Like we've been doing it
What?
since.
No, wait, don't carry on talking. 'Cause I need to know what you're saying. What did you just say?
I'm just saying, that's one thing I do not understand about whiteness is the
Sorry.
need.
What's whiteness?
Whiteness is where you categorize everyone with whiter skin, Europeans, and yeah,
Okay.
like whiteness would be like, I would say, because the definition of white changes constantly.
Just like racism. But
Just,
yeah, go on.
no, like, but it's just like, you know, like someone like who lives in South America is still white. With like some of the complexion of Billy or tanner complexion of Billy is still classed as white. So that's what I'm saying. It's a grouping thing.
Okay.
But there is still, I'm just saying, like the need for blackness to always present to whiteness is a case of humanity. Like, I am human, please treat me as such. But why do we need to do that?
Why do we need to
because they
treat
have the
whites
power.
as human?
Exactly.
Right?
So that's what I'm saying.
That's what we do.
So-
we
Are you doing it? So are you
But
doing
that's,
it?
that's what I'm saying.
That's what this whole thing is about. That's
I
what
don't-
the Black Lives Movement.
That's- I
the ones
don't-
that are not
I
corrupt.
don't- I
They're like,
don't
oh
wanna-
yeah, let's actually change
I
these
do not want to
policies
do that
and
anymore.
Actually do something.
I don't
What
wanna
have you
do
actually
that.
done though?
Me? No, what have my
You said
ancestors
you don't
done?
do that anymore.
You see, me? No, you see, me?
It's not my ancestors.
No, I don't care.
Your ancestors were busy. What are you doing, bro?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
See, my ancestors have been begging and fighting all this
So
while.
it's not out of
So
like,
I'm now out of touch.
It's
I
not-
don't want to beg anymore.
it's not out of the necessity of love again. It's out of the necessity of power by following a corrupt system in a way that's already used that.
No, I'm just saying for.
It's the will to power then. basically.
Yo,
No,
grab
good,
your
still
grab your
thanks.
finger, your watermelon.
Do you still have more weed?
No,
You have more weed?
you're talking about narcotics, by the way.
We'll just cut that out.
I'm not saying like. You see, even me, I think like, because what I've seen in Black Lives Matter, I've seen white people and black people out there protesting, doing their best and stuff. And there are some white people that want to change the system. There are some white people that know that this thing is racist and this shit is wrong and it's not fair. I employ them as well. Like, if you feel like this is what is necessary, then also I agree to the idea of separation of blackness. Because then you should also employ and sympathize with black people that this is what is needed to build the black psyche again. It really needs to be rebuilt again.
Where?
Just separate from whiteness.
No, where though? Where's it going to be rebuilt?
If mentally, internally,
Because it's the only thing you have to say, really. We need to separate, but you can't elaborate more on it.
I
when you ask.
can't because that's the only solution I feel like is probably necessary.
Have you
Like,
been thinking about it long?
Yes.
Like actually been going deeper into it and,
Yes.
and searching people like you don't necessarily agree with?
I've been doing this since 2014.
So you've been a part of this like group or?
I'm not part of a group or anything. Look, I've thought about
So
changing.
you do identify with left wing sort of radical ideologies, right?
I'm not a leftist. I believe.
separatist.
I'm not conservative either.
You're a separatist.
I'm a separatist, yeah. I believe that. I believe in separation of the black race.
So then,
I don't look. Asian can
so
stay.
is that not
white
what?
can
Is
stay-
that not what? Then whites in power also believe then if it is
But they don't
systematic
know. They don't believe
racism.
that. They're not believing that. You see,
How do you know that?
because they're not doing that. Look, what they're
They're,
doing.
wait, they're not doing systematic racism.
No, they're doing systematic racism. But what they're not doing separation. They're doing integration. No, they're doing assimilation.
What's assimilation?
Assimilation is putting blackness into whiteness, making blackness to become whiteness. But it cannot be like, oh, you cannot
So you sort of say like, so if there's a black person who's conservative and in the eyes of like other groups or something, they'd be seen, he lives a very white person's lifestyle, you'd see him as like sort of in the dark place or something. What's that movie? Get Out.
Yeah.
Get Out. You'd
No.
see him in that sort of like
I'm not
thing or
talking about
something.
like that. I'm talking about economically. I'm talking about
Economically.
financial, like putting the economic needs of blackness.
So do you think there needs to be a black leader to come out to
No,
put this in order, or do you think it'd be a straight up pure democracy straight away between the black?
I think it would just be a mental thing because black people will get to the point where they can't take it anymore and they'll just separate naturally.
And do you think there'd be more gangs also of it and the history and bloodshed that came with the gangs of violence and stuff that they've been living like in Watts and Harlem and
gangs?
stuff like that?
Why would you mention gangs?
Because a lot of like people in Black Lives Matter don't talk about like the black on black crime and the murders.
I think
of black
that
people.
narrative.
That's not what they're focusing on.
No, I think
They're focusing on the police brutality.
No, before we even
That's the
start,
issue.
before we finish, that narrative of people say black on black crime, I think that narrative is a racist narrative because you don't say white on white crimes. No one mentions that.
I think people do, you know.
Who mentions that? Well, no one
No, but you're not willing to listen to the people who do mention that because you don't like listening to people of different views than you.
But no one mentions that to the white community as a form of black, or life matter. Like, oh, what about the white on white crime?
No, they do because I was watching videos on it from a black man this morning. But but like I said before, you're not open to look into the opposite direction's point of view.
What did the black man say? What did he say?
What he was basically saying, the similarities. If you want to watch them after, we can.
He was saying the similarities of white on white crime and black on black crime. Yeah, but no one uses the white on white crime narrative in the media.
Which they should, like, if
like
you think about,
all you hear.
If you think about
the media is
crime,
biased,
like,
though, aren't they? Like you said, so.
Like they have
So why are they going to do that?
Yeah,
the media is biased.
And the media is biased, but that's what I'm saying. But no one, black lives matter is not focused on black crime. Black people have been killing black people since centuries.
He was making a point.
What Black Lives Matter is trying to say is the police, the system using the police that oppresses black people, that don't see them as humans.
So you're a victim, innit? You're a victim to the system, innit?
I am a victim to the system. We are all victims to the system.
No, but you're more of a victim than everyone else.
It's not an Olympic sport.
But that's what it kind of is these days. It's victim Olympics.
That's what
it's not victim Olympics. Like, it's really not. We are all victimized. Like,
oh shit.
You know, if you're poor, you're a victim already. But there's nothing we can do about that. Like, people say you have a victim mentality. Okay. This is nice.
Yeah, it's good to have an open mind, but not so open that your brain falls out. And that's what can happen in these situations. In many of them, it's fucking baffling how many people come out of the woodworks about politics when they don't know fuck all about politics. The amount of research you have to do in history and so and all that shit to start even talking about that crap. There's too many like fucking dumb people who are so like confident in their ideologies and that. Too many smart people full of doubt.
I agree. I doubt my ideas sometimes.
Yeah, that's why we need to have like conversations like this and actually share ideas. And
but I don't feel like these conversations would happen if that did happen and there was separation and segregation in that. You wouldn't have these conversations from different cultures.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not by all means. Like, it's not like everybody has to separate.
Yeah, but that's the problem because we're not elaborating on it. We've only got you want to thingy, separate, but we ain't got anywhere further than there. And you said you put like 5 years into it, but if you want to come to that conclusion in 5 years effort, it's like there's got to be some more we can try add on. If not, then it's just go, innit? But I'd be gone by then, you know. I still wouldn't be here talking about it. I'd just be gone, even if it's going to be like harder for me and that. I know it's going to make me a stronger person at the end of the day. Like when I made myself homeless, when I lived in a forest one time, I knew doing that. Like, you're not strong you are to make it your only choice. So I had to make that my only choice. But other than that, I don't know. But I wish to elaborate on it. Like what's going to happen then? How long? What's the solution? What we're going to do? Blah blah blah.
There's some smart people out there that know what to do, and
do they though?
They know what to do.
And is that part of the problem? We're putting like all of our belief in something in one smart person or something.
Not a smart person, a smart group. Trust me. Listen to black women more. That's what I'm just saying, because black women understand the most
about
what's going on with the stupidness
with the black community, right?
Everything, and
with science, with astronomy, with
no, maybe not astronomy. I'm just saying like with sociology.
Just be clear about shit, man.
Okay, about sociology. No, like not sociology.
Right.
So they understand it better.
Because if you've got this belief system, you're definitely going to need to work on like how you phrase certain things and the words you use, because it's just going to cause emotion rather than a logical debate.
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like you need to have a little bit more than just a 1 point. Like we need to separate, and that's it. Because you need a bit more. Like why do we need to separate then? How long? this and that. How's that going to happen? Blah blah blah. You're saying otherwise, there's no point in me talking because you've already set your mind in one way how you're looking at things. So I ain't able to change your mind or anything like that. 'Cause that's not even fuck all to do with me.
I mean,
so that's why we talk about solutions, isn't it? Your
But like,
separation is like one possible solution.
no, hopefully.
yeah,
So
explain how there is no holes in it. Then that's what we're asking for.
I can't.
And then if you can't, then how am I going to listen to you or
Because
understand what you're trying to say?
Also, it's like like if you separate, does that mean you won't listen to any ideas outside of that group?
I'm not.
Yeah, of course.
look,
Because I said before, would you then not watch white movies? You
I
said,
don't
yeah,
watch
right?
white movies.
So there would be a big aspect of that.
Look, like,
So
you can live life without watching white media.
You can live life without watching anything.
Exactly.
But-
So you can
but
live
that's not the
life
point. The
outside
point
of
is-
whiteness. Like, it's
the point is-
possible.
The
Right.
point is, yeah,
Well,
it's about sharing information, right? It's about cultural exchange. Like, how do you? I mean,
it is not. It is not that key and important to life. Like, there's some people that.
So what? Okay, so like right now, do you know how important it is that people are sharing information right now?
It is important to some
So
people.
why wouldn't it be important when that
If
happens?
I put myself in your shoes, I had that ideology.
Yeah.
I think to myself, white people are snakes, they're the enemy, so I befriend them and I take knowledge from their culture and I integrate it into mine. I take what's good of theirs and put it into mine. But
No.
you don't even want
It's
to do
it.
that. But yet, you still want to chill around white man.
But that's the thing, though.